Brianna and board for selecting me as the silver medal recipient. I'm just blown away. I was like, who is that person in the video? I'll start with a text thread with a friend yesterday. Congratulations on your award tomorrow from AAF. I don't know what it means, but I'm glad others think you are terrific as I do. My response, a Lifetime Achievement Award basically means I'm old. I've been doing my profession career for a really long time. I've outlived others, and before I'm put out to pasture, it's nice to be recognized for not throwing in the towel any sooner. So, all right. Seriously, all jokes aside, when I was growing up, I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a registered nurse like my mother, or I wanted to be a life insurance broker and an office manager like my dad. I wanted to be a civil rights attorney since I was 11 years old when my brother was arrested on the campus of the University of Akron, but we're not here for that, to correct some societal wrongs through the legal system. That kind of never left me, and I think it stayed with me when I arrived at the University of Akron. I was still searching, so the communications field sounded like a pretty good start on a law degree. Because I've always liked the communications process, and I talked a lot in school. So because my dad taught us nothing beats a failure but a try, I tried the communications degree, and the rest is history. I communicate in 3 ways, some of you know, communications, counseling, and of course, I canto. My Spanish teacher from high school is here tonight, which means I sing in Spanish. So I've always believed in my personal mission, was to be at an institution where I believed in the mission of the institution. So I did advertising and marketing in fair housing because I believe everyone has a right to be housed fairly. I worked at the University of Akron because I believe that knowledge and understanding is power, and that an education is a path to a good life. And at Jack Knight's flagship newspaper, the Akron Beacon-Journal, and lastly, at the public library, which I call one of the last seats of democracy with a small d, right? Public library. I've met some amazing people at the library. It has been one of my greatest joys and areas of maturity and growth. One of the greatest challenges I've faced and still face at the library has been, how do you advertise and talk about everything that a public library does? The thing that causes me to wince the most when somebody says, gee, I didn't know the library did fill in the blank. Somebody ought to market that, or you guys ought to advertise that. Silently inside, I'm screaming, and we just don't have all the resources to tell the wonderful story of everything that a public library does for a community, and we do it for free. So because no one is an island, and I did not get here alone, I'm standing on the shoulders of many people. You already heard about my mentors, Minty and Marie. Dorothy Jackson, as I close up, I thank the Lake City Deputy Mayor Dorothy Jackson, who taught me the meaning of being a servant leader. While working at the Beacon-Journal, Dorothy Jackson called me and said, hey, come on and go to lunch with me one day. And I was like, ooh, this is really cool, because I felt like I was all that, right? Okay, Dorothy Jackson's taking me to lunch. So she picked me up at the Beacon-Journal, and we rode over to the Haven of Rest Mission. And I thought, this is a really strange place to go to lunch, but okay. And Dorothy escorted me into the mission kitchen, where we spent the entire lunch period peeling potatoes for that evening's dinner. Talking about humbling, because it taught me how to serve in this community, and it taught me that I wasn't too grand to roll up my sleeves and start at the bottom to help the less fortunate. So in my thank yous, as I am wrapping up, I would like to thank former Library Director David Jennings and our current Executive Director, Pam Hickson-Stevenson. Pam, I couldn't continue to do what I'm doing without your blessings, so thank you so much. Thank you to my husband, who was reading the Sunday Beacon-Journal He saw the job placement. He said, hey, you can do this job. I think he had an ulterior motive. I thank our children. Our daughter is here today. I thank friends, family, and thanks to my frenemies, because frenemies make you stronger and wiser. So I thank all the account reps in the room and the agencies in the room. I have not done this alone. I couldn't do any of this without thanking the library's marketing team, past and present, Donald, Kyle, James, Tim, and John. And I'd like to thank Dr. Angela Neal-Barnett, David Jennings, Donald Peoples, and Burnett for graciously agreeing to be interviewed for the video. I know it's not easy to be on camera. Thank you for your words. And lastly, Chapter, thank you so much. I am sincerely humbled and grateful to receive the Silver Medal Award. There are so many deserving people in this room that could be standing in this place tonight, but it's my turn, and I'm grateful. You've touched me.